Okay, then back for another episode of how I got into high ticket closing, what is high ticket closing, and how you guys can get into what I called, or what many call, high ticket closing. Now, as I covered on the previous video, now if you haven't and you're seeing this video for the first time, I'd highly urge you go back to the first video, which you'll find on my profile. Now look, guys, there's going to be a ton of things that I'm going to be covering on these videos. I'm just recording them as on the go. Take as much as you can from them and really use your own initiative. Again, the content that I'm sharing with you over here right now, there's people right now charging between $5,000 and $10,000 for the knowledge that I'm sharing with you guys. So look, it reminds me of a quote. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Well, I'm sorry, a lot of people get a lot of knowledge from YouTube and Google and all these books and everything, but they just sit on that knowledge and they take it with them to the grave as well. But what I found, which was another quote that I came across early on in my entrepreneurial journey, which was applied knowledge is power. So don't just just listen to this information and take it and it sounds great and you could do all sorts with it. Really, see how you can get to work with it. Now again, this is only going to be available to you guys for a very limited amount of time, because as you guys know, I'm going to be also transitioning to teaching people this very skill that I just accidentally managed to bump into, and it allowed me to really make what most people don't even make in a year. Most people don't even make in a year, 2 years, 5 years, and I was able to do within the space of one payment, 1 week, 1 month even. So look, I've covered what high ticket closing is. If you haven't seen the first video, again, look at the first video, leave a comment, let me know how you found it. But okay, this video I wanted to cover how you guys can get involved in high ticket closing, remote closing, and I'll give you the actionable steps that I took in order to break into this industry. Now look, I come from a huge and heavy background in sales, and over a decade, near a decade in marketing as well. And for me, alhamdulillah, I've been massive on personal development and learning and growing and developing myself. So it reminds me of another quote from Les Brown, as in, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than have an opportunity and not be prepared for it. Now, right now, most of you guys don't have any opportunities in high ticket closing. Well, if you stay connected with me, you probably even will get those remote closing opportunities, because alhamdulillah, as I said, I'm very well networked now within this space. A lot of people do know me. Many people, I've not really been visual. I just put my head down as soon as I got into this industry and really started crushing it. And I've got the results to do the speaking for me now as well. But right now, one thing I really did lack on was, and I lacked on this in my network marketing career as well, as in not creating enough content. And one of my mentors, Russell Brunson, he's always told us, create content, make content. Hey, again, I took the knowledge, but I didn't apply it. But right now, I've just saw so many people struggling. Too many of my friends are struggling, and I felt like, why am I holding this back? And it's not as if I was holding it back. It's because I was just so focused on myself, and I really do want to make a difference with other people. And it's something that my cousin said to me as well. He's like, look, there's one thing helping your friends and family members with money, but what if you can actually teach them, or what if you can help them with business? And he was giving me an example of how he set up businesses for his relatives and siblings, etc., to benefit from. And I was like, how can I apply this to mine? Because his is brick and mortar, and mashallah, he's a massive inspiration to me as well. He's my dad's nephew, and I've really looked up to him. And he's every time I like, I swear, maybe I'll record another video later on, about him and what the inspiration he's been to me. He doesn't even know it, but like a massive inspiration that he's been to me and the things that he's been able to do. And and every time I've turned to him, he's always helped me, always in every aspect. But anyways, so look, back to what I'm going to be speaking to you guys here about today. So what I'm going to go through today with you guys is I'm going to give you an insight into what I did to without no experience in this industry. Remember, guys, I was as brand new as you guys are looking at this. But look, and like I've had tons, hundreds of messages, of so many of you guys say to me, but I don't have any experience. And yeah, I came across this industry because I had many articles. I only posted one that was in the Digital Journal, but I had like nearly 100 articles, posted about me and, testimonials, etc. and whatever. But, and most people don't realize that I had zero experience within this industry. Zero. So how was I able to break into this industry? I'm going to give you those insights and break down what I did in order to break into this. So look, the first thing I'm going to tell you all is what I always tell everybody in any aspect that come across, that come in touch with me and that have worked with me is number one thing: be coachable. Be coachable. Now, what do I mean by when I say be coachable? As in, look, you need to realize this, first of all. If you're not at where you want to be, it's okay. I wasn't where I wanted to be literally a couple of years ago. I've not been where I wanted to be for many years. But I was always in a state of growth, learning and developing, and I was always coachable. So long as I knew that this person had what I want and had the results that I wanted, of course I was going to be coachable. Everybody needs a mentor. You guys need a mentor. Now, within my religion, my mentor is the Prophet ﷺ, Muhammad, peace be upon him. I try to follow by his example. Of course, I'm not going to be perfect, but like that's our example for the religion. Now, in business world and all of these other things and everything, I found mentors. Everything that you see in me today, guys, if you take all of that away, I'm just a normal guy, dyslexic guy from Birmingham, inner city Birmingham, just a normal guy. But everything that you guys see here today is a combination. If only you saw all the teachers that I've had, the mentors that I've had, the books that I've read, the trainings that I've done. I'm a combination of that. So that's why I'm massive on personal development. But in order for that to be impactful on you, you need to become a student. So the things that I'm going to be sharing with you here today and over the course of the next videos, you guys need to be coachable. Take away this negative mindset that you have, because a negative mind can never yield positive results. Right now, we want to make things positive as well as your bank account. So when you look at your bank account, when you look at your monthly income, your weekly income, you're proud of it. So I've mentioned enough about being coachable. Be coachable to what I'm going to be teaching you. You guys have probably already realized anyway. Some of you guys have messaged me and yeah, I've told you, directed you to the videos and whatever. But I'm going to see how coachable you guys are if you're actioning the things that I'm telling you to action. So, okay, being coachable is one. Be hungry. You need to be hungry. You need to be hungry and wanting to change your current situation. And you need to be motivated. Now, if I want this more than you want this, even 1% more, it's wrong. It's not going to happen. So you guys really need to, realize and have a serious conversation with yourself. Like, what have I been doing all these years? And am I happy with the results that I currently have right now? And it's okay not to be happy and not to be satisfied. Some people will say, oh, maybe you're being too greedy. Shut up. Those are your dreams, your goals, and your wants and your desires, not theirs. Some people say to me, there was some stupid comments, man. I remember when I wanted to make 20 grand a month, and people used to say to me, we're even making 2 grand. Most of the world don't even make 2 grand a month. Okay, what's your point? What is your point? Most people, there's millions of people that make 20 grand a minute, 20 grand in a day. anyways, again, I don't even want to go into all of that. But anyhow, I want to revert back to, okay, some of the skills that are needed to break into this industry as well, and some of the things that I did. Look, be coachable, be open-minded, and follow foot on what I'm telling you. Because I'm telling you, I swear to you, some of you guys right now will break free into this industry as well. I'm not even going to mention some of the names, because some of you guys already know that are already making moves within this industry that I've personally, and you're gonna see all the testimonials and everything. I'm gonna be rolling everything out to you guys. This is how confident I am within this, guys. I can teach anyone that's coachable, hungry, and has a big reason why. No excuses, just be coachable. I'll teach you and train you. I can do it within a few weeks. I really can. But I say 30 days. 30 days is a good time. So, okay, the first step that I did was, okay, because look, the first thing that I did was, okay, I was like, okay, remote high ticket clothing. And like, look, I've learned all of these things, so I don't expect you guys to know these anyway. But I knew, okay, I need to get in front, I need to get in the same room as these people. If I can't go in person, how can I do it online? And I learned this from Russell Brunson. He said the same way people congregate, the same way people socialize in the real world, they do online on Facebook groups. So how about you research those Facebook groups? Bam, I swear to God, just what I'm telling you right now is worth $1 million. $1 million. Some of you guys, how is this worth $1 million? I'm telling you, it's worth $1 million. So I was like, okay, remote closing, high ticket closing, inbound closing. I just started putting these terms into Facebook. And guess what was happening? Like, I'll have my own Facebook group as well. But guess what was happening? All these Facebook groups are popping up, cropping up. I'm just adding to them. I'm just adding and joining them and answering the questions and whatever. Now I'm joining them. So guess what that is doing right now? Now I'm getting into the groups of where these high ticket, and guess what was also cropping up? High ticket opportunities, remote sales, jobs. I was like, okay. So, okay, now I'm getting into the places where these jobs are being posted. Some of you guys have already gone onto Google and started applying. You're already jumping ahead of the curve. Okay, no problem. You can try doing this on your own. And like, look, you probably will figure it out as well. But how about you just prepare yourself before you go and apply for these jobs? But anyhow, so, okay, now we're joining these Facebook groups. I'm joining all these Facebook groups, and I'm connecting and networking with other closers, other trainers, other recruiters that recruit sales closers. So, okay, now that's the first step. That's what I did over there. Now, once I did that, I was in the realm. I wasn't applying to nowhere. All I was doing was seeing I'm like an investigator at the beginning, or even in any job or company that I go to, I be investigator. I'm like a sponge. I want to see what's happening over here. And I just see so many people, there was so many job posts, and then, people like, one of the things that you'll learn from me as well, I look at everyone and do the opposite, because most people are broke anyway. Most people don't have things figured out. So what I did was I was just looking at what everybody was doing. And then all of a sudden, I was like, okay, I'm just learning, I'm absorbing everything. So, okay, that's the first thing. Join some of these Facebook groups. I'll send you some recommendations as well. And network with some closers as well. And if you want to network with some closers, go on Instagram. Just type in high ticket closer, or just type in closer or remote closer. So many of them will come up. Just connect with them. Comment, like, and everything. Just have them in your circles. Have them in your circles, because remember, your network is your net worth. How do you know if you're good at sales, or you learn all of this and you think you can be a good closer? Network with other closers. They may even recommend you as well. But remember, look, don't jump ahead of the curve. I'm going to prepare you on everything. I'm going to give you some information. Some of you guys are going to run with it. Some of you guys are going to ignore it. Some of you guys are going to try doing it, and you probably mess up. Doesn't matter. But I'll prepare you properly if you walk with me. You can walk with me, run with me, sprint with me. It's up to you. So, okay, we've done that. Now, what I started doing was I started sharpening my axe. I started learning everything there was about remote closing. I Googled it, I YouTubed it. I did all of that anyway before I even joined the groups. Now what I'm doing is, because look, there's one thing being interested in someone and something, but it's a whole different thing being interesting. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm interested in these roles and the opportunity to earn Like the lowest I earn, I swear. Like I'm gonna show you guys as well. But and I know I keep digressing. I'm gonna show you guys how you can negotiate your way and actually prove yourself. And 10% is the industry average. On many high tickets, it's like 8%. But forget that. Those people are jokers. 10% is the industry average. I'm gonna show you how I negotiated and how majority of my income was at 20%. How sick is that? Most people were making 10%. I was collecting 20%. I'll show you how to do all of that as well. Anyways, I don't want to keep digressing. So, okay, talking about being interesting. Yeah, I can go and apply for all these jobs. Yeah, I want to work with you and work for you and this and that and whatever. But you're talking about being a sales closer. If you're just going to say I'm interested and I'm this and I want information and I want to work for you, that's not enough, guys. You need to give them reason as to why you. Now, I'm going to talk from my perspective on what I did. And look, I'll give you examples of, even if you're a brand new person, let's just say you have zero sales skills. Not zero sales skills, because you need sales skills. Zero experience. How do you convince someone and show them that you are the real deal and they should work with you as well? You want to show them that you're hungry, you're motivated, you have a big reason why, you're coachable, and you're willing to do whatever it takes. What others don't do, you'll do. If it means you coming in, and look, you're commission only anyway, you tell them, I'll work whatever hours you want. And when you show and turn up and you give them an exciting introduction about yourself, like, hey, I'm coachable. So before you even have a conversation with them, you've already prepared for that conversation. You've already researched the company. You've researched everything that they do, what they offer and everything, as much as you can get information on. Google is enough. Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Become an investigator. Join their Facebook groups. Join that company's Facebook group. They'll have Facebook groups. The free ones. Collect everything, and then once you look, I'll even show you how you can connect with people that work there and fizzle your way and into that company as well. But again, there's a few companies that I'm already connected with anyway that I can refer people to as well. But that's just one way, and that's another way as well. So I was like, okay, how do I become interesting? How do I give them a reason to want to come and speak to me? What are most people doing? Typing interested, or they're sending their CVs, their resumes, their curriculum vitae. I was like, well, that's boring. Like I told you, look at what everybody does, and you do the total opposite. So I just said, okay, how can I do something that's going to catch their attention? Because at the time, people were sending videos as well. I was like, whoa, a lot of people are sending videos as well. I want to do something more, something creative, something different. So I went and created a document and introduced it, rather than me just saying, hey, I'm this and I'm that and whatever. Some people don't even have the time to even watch your video. So I was like, okay, what about the people that don't watch the video? What if they open my message? What if I put something colorful and creative right there that they can actually have a look at? And it will give them an insight into me within 9 seconds. And it will want them to read more. So I put in and I'll post everything, and I'll let you guys know on what I posted and what you can do and how you can make the same examples. So there was a simple sheet where it said, who is Jabran? Who is Jabran Khan? And basically I just listed all my attributes and my experiences and my degrees and my experience in sales and how I'm coachable and have a big reason why and why I do this for my family and whatever. So that will give them a good reason and into wanting to know more about this Jabran guy. And then I posted another template on my sales journey. Now my background's in sales. Now, so I'm hoping some of you guys have a background in sales as well. You can even start mentioning, and I went as far back as when I was 11, when I was selling chocolates. I remember me and my mates from here, 11 being, from year 7 at school, from the age of 11, and I still remember this because we needed to have stationery. And I used to buy extra stationery, and sometimes I remember when someone never used to have it, I could easily sell it to them. You had the library to sell stationery. I had some stationery that I'd buy in multi-packs that were cheaper than the library. There were chocolates and crisps and sweets that I used to bring to college, school. and we used to eat it in lessons. Sometimes I used to sell it as well. Like, I did all sorts, and I used to sell, mobiles and all sorts and everything outside of school, and there was so many things. I was always a hustler. So, I mentioned these things now at my timeline, like 11 and at 14, at 16, my first sales job, what did I did? And I wrote a timeline on that. That was very different and in different colors as well. And it looked attractive. So it looked like people wanted to read it. And that's what I did. And I remember I was just pinging this out to big, because I was just like, look, these big influencers, I could have easily just went for a smaller company. And I did at the beginning. But then I was like, these big influencers and these big 9-figure companies and businesses, they also need closers like me. They had, so I was like, well, why don't I just apply to them? So then, but I was like, I'm not just going to tell them I'm interested. I'm not just going to say, oh, I'm a sales closer and I can do this. I gave them a reason why to come and speak to me. And I started just reaching out to many of them. And, something like normal. Most people ignored me. I was like, okay, no problem. How do I go to the second person in line, the third person in line, the fourth person in line, the recruiter, closers, whatever? And I started navigating my way through them. And that's what, that's one of the things that I did. And then, as well as that, I created, a PDF document, we'll call it like a cover letter. And I just started, and I started selling myself on that cover letter. Because remember, if you are doing a terrible job in selling you, what are you telling these guys? Oh, this is how I'm going to sell for you as well. If you can't sell yourself, I'm sorry, you're not going to be good at this. Because they're going to be thinking to themselves, he can't even sell himself properly. How is he going to sell my program? Or close from my program? So I just ticked every single angle. I even made videos. I made a PDF document on a cover letter. I did all of those small things as well. I just wanted enough to get their attention. How can I get their attention? And I did, those are some of the steps that I did. And then once I had some experience, and whilst I was working for these big influencers, all I was doing, I was collating all my stats. Like every week or so, they'll post like the #1 closer or the leaderboards and everything. I'll just take snippets and I'll just collect all of these. I've even got all my invoices and everything, like, on like months where I made some serious money. So I collected all of these, and I knew I can use these for future roles, or if I go for a different opportunity, or maybe I can negotiate, like, and literally that's what I did. I was the #1 closer for Kevin David. I used that experience and those results and everything to negotiate my way to an even bigger offer, and negotiate, starting off on, I negotiated very good things, put it this way. So anyways, so those are the things that I did. Now, I'm gonna break into in more detail, as in like how you guys can do the same things and whatever. But I've just given you a brief intro onto what I did. In getting these roles and landing these roles, and where can you find these roles as well. Any questions that anyone has, let me know how you found this video. Let me know if you have any questions on next steps and whatever. But look, guys, I've already given you the links and everything to donate to the cause. I'm climbing Ben Nevis on the 26th and 27th of August. I don't need to do this. I'm doing this. One, it's for charity. Two, it's going to give you guys the opportunity to chill with me for 2 days and pick my brains and get the coaching and learning. Because look, we're going to go there the night before. You're going to have all of that night with me. And the journey there as well, the journey back, the trekking and all of that as well. Ask me all the questions and everything that you want. And, about high ticket closing and remote closing. Let me tell you, one of my mates, I swear, I sat down with him I had a couple of phone calls with him to just let him know what I'm doing. I maybe sat down with him for about an hour. And I swear, I hooked him up with a 9-figure influencer. And he's crushing it with him right now. And look, there's many others as well that I've helped. You guys are serious about this? Really take on board what I'm saying. I know I covered a lot on this video as well. Any questions, guys, let me know. Make sure you heart the video. This is not a public video as always. This is just for you guys. I'm not even posting this on YouTube anyway. This is just for you guys. I'm going to be making other content as well and everything. But I just really wanted you guys, come to you guys, because I have limited internet over here as well. I just wanted to come to you guys with what I've really experienced and what I did to get into high ticket closing. Any questions, guys, drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you guys as well. But look, guys, sign up for Ben Nevis. If you guys really want some personal coaching from me as well, which I am going to give you guys as well, you will have to donate to the cause. But I'm going to stop this maybe in a couple of weeks, where there's not going to be no donations, not going to be signing up to the course or whatever. The Ben Nevis it's going to be open to the public, and you guys will get the same price as the public. But again, it's going to be a crazy deal as well when it's going to be the paid program. But look, I'm excited for everything that we're going to be doing. Any questions, guys, drop me a message. Get behind my cause as well, man.